Hi, fourth graders! We are back for another day of double-digit by double-digit multiplication. At this point, we've learned the area model. We've learned partial products. And today, I don't have a cool little drawing symbol for it. We are going to learn the standard algorithm. The standard algorithm is the way that is the most efficient way, the quickest way to solve it. And it's probably the way that your parents know how to solve double-digit by double-digit multiplication. We're going to start off, though, by looking at the partial products with the bow tie. So if I do 23 times 14, when I do partial products, I would write it in expanded form. And I would start by multiplying these numbers together, then these numbers together. Then I would multiply these numbers together and these numbers together. We are going to be following those same steps, up, diagonal, diagonal, down. So if it helps you while we're doing standard algorithm, you can always draw a bow tie above. I'm going to do that for the first one that we do. So I have 24 times 13. And I'm going to draw my bow tie just over on the side. Just like if we were doing one-digit multiplication, we would do 3 times 4, and so it's that part of the bow tie. I know that 3 times 4 is 12, so I put my 2 here and my 1 up above my tens place. And then the next part of my bow tie, the side part, is to do 3 times 2. I know that 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 plus 1 is 7. Alright, now, I really just multiplied 3 times 24 there. When I go to multiply this 1 times 24, it's not really 1 times 24. It's really 10 times 24. So in order to make sure that we're remembering that we're multiplying times tens, we use a placeholder 0. So your second step is always to put that placeholder 0 in so that we're doing the right amount of multiplication. So then I'm going to erase this 1 up here because we've already used it. For you, if you are using paper, you can always just cross it out. But since I'm using my write and wipe, I'm going to erase it. I'm going to do 1 times 4. That's this part of our bow tie. And then the last part of our bow tie is 1 times 2. Now again, you might be like, Miss Wilson, I'm all done now. Here's my answer. But you still have partial products. These are both parts of the product. Our last step is to add them together. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 plus 4 is 11. And I'm put the 1 down here and a 1 in the hundreds place. 2 plus 1 is 3. My final product is 312. Alright, we're going to try this again. I know this might be a little bit tricky today, but today's the first time you're trying it. We don't expect you to be perfect the first time you try something, but we do expect you to try. So let's do 25 times 13. That's pretty close to the one we just did. Let's try 42 times 31. Alright, remember that first part, we can still use that bow tie to help us, is to do 2 times 1. Then I need to do 1 times 4, that diagonal part of the bow tie. And really what I just did was doing 1 times 42. If I cover that, you can see that really it's just 1 times 42. Then I'm really going to do 30 times 42. So I'm going to make sure I put my placeholder 0 in. Your placeholder 0 always goes in the ones place. That way your partial products automatically go into the tens place since you're multiplying times a 10. 3 times 2, that's 6. 3 times 4, that's 12. Again, if you need to, make sure you write out your multiples. Alright, I have my partial products, and I'm going to add them together. 2 plus 0 is 2. 4 plus 6 is 10. I put my 0 in the tens place, my 1 above the hundreds place. 1 plus 2 is 3. 1 plus nothing is 1. So my final product is 1,302. Let's take a look at how this looks on your slides. And so again, slide 2 shows an example where I do it step by step. So you can see, start by multiplying the 1s times the 1s, then the 1s times the 10s, using that same bow tie. Slide number 3 gives an example, but it has the instructions right next to the one, so that might be helpful. So you do have some drag and drop where the numbers are there for you. You'll notice that placeholder 0 is there. But let's take a look at what it might look like if we don't have that, because you do have 2 on slide number 7 to solve that don't have that. And so we're going to start by doing 3 times 5. 3 times 5 is 15, so I put my 5 in the ones place, and I put my 1 up here above the tens place. Then I do 3 times 1. I know that 3 times 1 is 3, and then I add this other one, so that's 4. So you can see I really just did 3 times 15. Now I put my placeholder 0 in the ones place for my second product, and I do 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10, and I'm going to put this one a little bit higher. You can always get rid of it and delete it if you don't want to use it once you're done with it. Alright, so then I do 2 times 1, which I know is 2, plus the extra 1 up here. So 2 plus 1 is 3. And really what I just did there was 15 times 20. But this way, by using my placeholder 0, it can make things a little bit easier. So then I'm going to do 5 plus 0, and that gives me 5. 4 plus 0, which is 4, and 3 plus nothing is 3. It goes 3, 4, 5 for 345. And today, you will do slides 5, where there's a drag and drop, and you'll notice that the numbers are blue or green. That means that if it's a green number, that goes with your final product. A blue number goes with your partial product. Alright, slide number 6 has the purple number that goes with your multiplication. And then slide 7 has 2 multiplication problems on it that you will need to type the answers into. So remember, you start with your 2 partial products, and you end up with your final product. If you need to write it down on a piece of paper to be able to use that bow tie, to remember that you multiply your 1s times your 1s, your 1s times your 10s times your 1s, and your 10s times your 10s, then use that strategy. And then you have an optional challenge problem if you think that you're getting pretty good at this. Slide 8. Alright, today's code word is product. P-R-O-D-U-C-T, because the product is what we're looking for. It's the answer. If you have any questions, just let your teacher know. Have a good day.